and welcome to my channel. This is the Nomadic Goddess and I am Jasmine. This is going to be a general bi-weekly reading for the sign of Aries for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th. Now, you don't just have to be a Aries Sun. You can be an Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Mercury. And just because I said it's for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th does not mean it is solely for those weeks. It's for whenever you stumble across my channel and decide to hit play. Because this is a general reading, you shouldn't take everything with you. If the shoe fits, lace it up, find the matching pair, and travel well. If it does not fit, leave it. There's no need to carry messages that don't ring true for you. I am clairaudient. So that means that the divine, whether you want to call it source, God, a higher power, the universe, whatever you choose to pick or call it, along with your spirit guides, your higher selves, and your ancestors that are for your highest good, they all give me messages via songs, bits and pieces of movies, and books that I've read. Now, with the songs, they do get stuck in my head, and I do sing them. The only issue is I cannot sing. And I'm very, very tone deaf. So, if you can put up with my horrible singing, then will be great, right? So, enjoy, discover something new about yourself, and don't be afraid to dive deep. With that said, let's get started. All right, what messages do we have for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Mercury. What messages do we have for Aries? 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 Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th. What messages do we have for Aries? What messages do we have for Aries? We have lamb and gazelle. And we have deer. What messages do we have for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. What messages do we have for Aries? Ooh, we have cheetah. I built this myself. Ooh. Maybe when I'm lost, I can't be found. My energy is. What messages do we have for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. What messages do we have for Aries? Hawk. All right. Some of you may have Leo in your chart because the cheetah, the eagle, and the peacock were both in Leo's reading. So you may want to go skedaddle with Leo if you feel called to and watch that video. What messages do we have for Aries? What messages do we have for Aries? What messages do we have for Aries? Before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. Forever. messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th? What messages do we have for Aries? Whoops. What messages do we have for Aries? Whoops. I say a little prayer for you. What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th? Ooh. A different world. It's a different world. Ooh. Poor spiritual hygiene. You need more than sage. What messages do you have for Aries? What message do you have for Aries? A stick up your ass must be uncomfortable. What message do you for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th? Casper, the scared ass ghost. Belongs to the streets. What messages do we have for Aries? I'm not taking these one at a time, please. I feel like that was my fault, though. Might have been my fault. Might have been my mistake. My bad. Shut up and listen. Mental health check. What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th? What do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th? Messages do we have for Aries? What messages do we have for Aries? Oh, you gotta take the first one. Eat your fucking vegetables. Don't fucking force it. Messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Ooh. They broke your heart. Aww. What messages are are we? What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and Mercury? Ooh. You need a good fucking cry. Messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury for the weeks of January 22nd to February 5th. Take a fucking trip. Ooh. You do you. And last but not least, you're going through some tough shit. Yeah, you guys definitely may want to check out Leo's reading, because you need a good you need a good cry, and you're going through some tough shit. Along with the cheetah, the eagle, and the peacock. Those were all in Leo's reading. So, you may have a Leo in your chart somewhere. And if you feel called to, go ahead and check it out. 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 With the Lamb card is my peace card, but it's also my prophetic card. You need to be paying attention to your dreams, because you could be getting messages. You could be getting communication from your higher self, from your ancestors that are for your highest good, from your spirit guides, from just your spirit team in general. You may be getting them via your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. And if you can remember your dreams in the morning, write them down. Don't wait until you fully wake up. Write them down right then and there. Like once you like crack your eyes open just a little bit and you still remember your dream, write it down. Write it down. Because I do this as well. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna remember it later, and I never do. Like when I'm fully awake, I never remember I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember like specific details the way I did before, like when I first initially woke up. So don't kid yourself. You're not gonna remember it. Write it down. The Gazelle card is my heightened awareness, or awareness and abilities. So your whatever gifts that you have, and I'm feeling like it's for those of you who do dream, like your dreams are your gift of dreams is very, really heightened right now. So you're getting like these crazy bizarre dreams. And I'm gonna say something, the crazier and bizarre the dream, the more the messages is in it, and you're going to have to sit and meditate and think about like, and it may not come to you that day. I'm gonna say that the answer and the revelation may not come to you that day, because I've had plenty of dreams where I was like, I have no idea what any of you were trying to say. Can you please speak English? And then like later on in that week, or like a month later, or even like 3 months later, I would get like the download of what that dream actually meant. And then I'd be like, oh, well, why didn't you just say that right then and there? But yeah. It's how it goes, how the cookie crumbles. So and I'm hearing a lot of you, for those of you who see and feel, and some of you that hear, you could be like, your senses could be activated. So if you can hear, I know when I'm like really, really sensitive to it, because I'm clairaudient. I know I'll need to ground and anchor more when the way someone eats starts irritating me, or the way that they chew starts irritating me, or the way that someone talks starts bothering me. Like it like my hearing will be extremely sensitive, and I don't know, you're like, no, what? Let me go in my little corner. Let me ground really quick. Let me put my grounding oils on. Let me do a quick grounding mantra. or mudra to get me centered and to, you know, just to mute my gifts for a little bit. Especially if you're working with a lot of people. Specifically if you're like a flight attendant or like a bus driver or any type of service industry where you're dealing with a bunch of people face to face, I would say when your gifts, or just in general, make sure that you're grounding and you're anchoring, so you're not picking up everyone else's energy. And if you can, maybe you might want to veil, protect your crown and veil. I know when I'm working and I can't veil, I'll wear a crystal bracelet that I've charged and warded to do so. So maybe you guys want to do that. If you can't, wear a hat or anything to cover your head. Now with the, I think I did this. Oh yeah, the deer card. The deer card is always going to be my nurturing card. Like my mom, like I always think of, I don't know why every time I see the deer card, I think of like the sign, the zodiac sign Cancer. These Cancers are very, very nurturing. And they're very, very motherly. But like I get, like, I don't know why I think of Cancers. You could have a Cancer moon specifically, or Cancer rising. But the Dare card is my loving, intuitive, and the mother. So yeah, very nurturing, very mothering. Now you guys could also have earth and air dominant in your chart. The lamb, the deer, all both have the alchemical sign for earth, while the eagle, peacock, and hawk all have the alchemical sign for air, and the gazelle and cheetah, they have the alchemical sign for fire. The cheetah card is going to be my get shit done card. It's my divine masculine card. It's my go, 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 go. If you guys are familiar with the first Black Panthers soundtrack, there's a song, there's one of the songs is I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it. It's a part of the guy's verse, and that's what I heard when I saw the cheetah card. And I'm hearing gotta go, gotta go, gotta go right now, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, and I don't have to go right now. I think that was a commercial. It may have been a diarrhea commercial too at that. I swear, the things that they send me, it's sometimes hilarious, and then other times I'm like, you couldn't pick another phrase or another commercial to pull from. You had to pick one that's about diarrhea, really. And that's going to be stuck in my head for like ever. It's like, and I don't have to go right now. The eagle card is my truth seeker, the all-pervading power. And when I see the eagle card, I always focus on how the eagle is literally just swooping in and snatching up this little ball. I call it the ball of truth, or the sphere of truth, snatching it up and just flying away with it. But I'm also, yeah, some of you may need to go watch the Leo video, because what I'm about to say is literally what I told them to. But for you guys, I'm going to add to it. White lies are also lies. So you can't be a truth seeker, or a truth teller and tell white lies, and omitting parts of the truth is still lying. Okay, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Omitting parts of the truth is still lying, because you aren't telling the whole truth. So you can't be a truth seeker or a truth teller if you are, one, omitting the truth, or omitting parts of it or telling white lies. Okay? Yeah. Some of you may need to go watch the Leo reading, because I'm getting the feeling that some of you have Leo energy, or you may have been dealing with a Leo, or you are a Leo sun. The Peacock card is my inner beauty, my compassion card, and my assimilator. So peacock energy can basically take on and assimilate themselves in any experience, in any, like, if there's something going down, they're very, very capable of finding or seeing the bigger picture. And they're very, very confident. They're very, very self-assured, which makes sense, because I mean, I understand why you got the Peacock card, because you're an Aries, and Aries are very, very sure of themselves. And peacocks have reached this, like, peacock energy is a energy where not only are you self-assured, but you've accepted, like, the level of self-acceptance that you Aries have is like mind-boggling sometimes. Like, I'm like all of the Aries that I know, I'm like, wow, like the way that they just accept all of themselves in totality, it amazes me. Like, they're like, yo, I just want to dissect I just want to just dissect you guys' brains sometimes, because I'm just like, the way that you guys just accept yourselves and just are so sure of yourselves. I'm like, yo, can you just rub some of that energy off on me? That'd be great. But I do have that energy because I am my moon is your sister sign. So with the Hawk card, or no, sorry, back to the Peacock card. For those of you who, I'm feeling like sometimes you doubt yourselves, and it's only because you've had some trauma, some childhood trauma around being sure of yourself. So whenever you feel unsure of yourself, just focus on your navel, like where your solar plexus chakra is. And because mine is actually being activated now. Yeah, so some of you have to do some solar plexus chakra work. Especially when you're feeling stuck, I'm hearing. Yeah, because I'm hearing Cleo, Soul, Sure of Myself. I'm actually going to put that song in the description box, because, yeah. With the Hawk card. Now, the Hawk card is the very last card. Actually, no. I took that back. The Eagle card is the very last card in this deck. The Hawk card is the second to last. The Hawk card is all seeing, but it also is my messenger card. So there's messages from the divine, whether it be from your spirit team or from the universe or from God or from all of them, all of the above. It's my messenger card. So, and it makes sense because of the Lamb card coming out on the front. You guys are getting messages. But please pay attention to your dreams. And for those of you who drink at night, don't, because that affects your dreams. That affects your ability to dream. The A Different World card, you guys, your dreams, the messages that you're getting, whether it's via dreams or like, oh, sorry, back to the back to the Lamb card, because they just gave me this. When I say pay attention to your dreams, for some of you, it also includes your daydreams, because that's the only way that they can get messages through to you. Because sometimes you don't remember all of your dreams, or you don't write your dreams down, or you're just clearly not listening. Pay attention to your daydreams as well. Some of you may also want to pay attention to what you're reading, especially if you're reading Edgar Allan Poe. So some of you, specifically, this is for someone, your guides like to send you messages. Like they like to, like if you're reading like an Edgar Allan Poe book, they like to make certain words seem bigger or appear bigger than the rest. Pay attention to that, please, because I'm hearing like there's a story, I think it was a story or a poem, where he talks about the rapping or the tapping, and I think it has something to do with the crow, or like the tapping on a window or tapping on a wall. No, not a wall. Tapping on the floor, tapping underneath the floor. It's like a rap. Like I keep hearing a tap. So pay attention to that, please. That was specifically for one person, the Edgar Allan Poe thing. A Different World. Your dreams, your daydreams, the message that you're receiving are giving you guidance on how to create your own world, create a better reality for yourself. Poor spiritual hygiene, you need more than sage. This is specifically for those who indulge in alcohol before they go to bed. Especially if you're indulging in alcohol to numb your pain. That is partially why you are having nightmares, or why you are having sleep paralysis, because you're opening you're already drinking in a foul mood, and then you're opening yourself up, and then your energy is attracting things that are from a lower vibration into your space. So you could take a bath, like a spiritual bath. Now it could just be a salt bath. You could just sprinkle some Epsom salt, and then pray over the water, or do an incantation over the water, whatever you do, and then sit in it for a couple minutes, or until you feel the need to get out. And that will help. But you guys also need to set up a spiritual routine. So whether it's getting up in the morning and meditating, which I would prefer, because when I meditate, or when I get up in the morning, I meditate and I ground and then I anchor to make sure that everything is flowing as it should. With that stick up your ass must be uncomfortable. I'm hearing that some of you need to stop being such a hard ass. Like, life is about living and about having fun along the way, and just flowing and just living your human experience. You don't have to be serious all the time. I'm also hearing why it's so serious. Casper, the scared ass ghost. I also feel like belong to the streets goes together. And it goes with something that it goes with someone from your past, or your recent past, or like your, like from a year or two, or maybe like 4 ago. Like they keep, like this person just keeps resurfacing because you keep leaving the door open. You keep giving them access to you. And you keep thinking that they've changed, and they haven't. That's why they're cast with the scared ass ghost. Like, you give them leeway, you allow them back into your energy, and they come in and they wreak havoc, and then they're off with the wind, like gone with the wind. I'm hearing. So why do you do that? Why are you allowing? Oh, that is going to be the title of this video. Because I'm hearing, why are you allowing the dead to come back into your bed? Oof, that was good. I don't know who that was for, but there you go. Why are you allowing the dead to come back to your bed, to creep back into your bed? Like, this person has shown you who they are thousands of times before. And you keep allowing them to just tread all over you. So why are you allowing that? Shut up and listen. Shut up and listen. So for those of you who grew up feeling unheard, another part of speaking or activating or using your voice is listening. That's what keeps you balanced. That's what keeps your throat chakra balanced. It's on one hand speaking your truth and telling people how you feel, but on the other hand, it's also listening. So you don't want to be in a space where you're doing what was done to you. You don't want to be in a space of you're talking so much, you're talking so loudly that you're over talking others. And you're making other people feel like they can't be heard. Mental health check. And I feel like mental health check has to also do with the spiritual hygiene. So for me personally, I used to hate routines until I was told that I needed to set up a routine. And I was told by an old mentor of mine, and the reason why she told me to set up a routine, and she's like, it doesn't have to be something, it doesn't have to be like this cookie cutter routine. She's like, it just has to be something that works for you, which helped me, because I always thought that, a routine means I have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, work out, do this, do that. And I absolutely hated that idea. And so she was like, no, it has to make it work for you. And that way you'll know, and you'll be able to figure out, and you'll be able to know when it's time to check within yourself emotionally. So I know that when I skip 3 of those things in my routine for like 3 or 4 days, then I know it's okay. It's time to check in with Jasmine. What is going on with you, Jasmine? Like, you skipped a couple things in your routine more than 3 times or more than twice. So what's going on emotionally, where I need to sit down and I need to center and I need to meditate and be like, what's going on with my feelings? Am I being emotional? Am I avoiding something? Am I trying to escape from something? What is going on with me? Eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. I feel like some of you have been eating a lot of fried and processed foods. And that's probably why your stomachs have been fucking up. The heavy grease, especially. Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. The things that we have to force, I always question it. The things that I have to force, is it really for my highest good if I have to force it? No. Because if it's for my highest good, it comes with ease. It may have, now I'm not saying that it's going to always be easy. What I'm saying is you may have trouble water in the beginning. But if you always have to force it and it's always ending in a shit show, then 9 times out of 10, it is not for your highest good. They broke your heart. Fuck them. I mean, I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah. They broke your heart. But I also feel like even though they broke your heart, you still feel like it. And the reason why you still leave the door open is because you still feel for them. You still love them. And the love that you have for them, you don't want to admit it. That's why, and you're avoiding it. That's why they keep circling back, because it's a lesson not only for you, but it's a lesson for them as well. You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Crying is also cleansing, like I said in the video before in Leo's reading. I used to, and I know that's really hard for Aries, because, well, any fire sign, because we don't like showing emotions. Like, we're really not that great with our emotion. We would rather keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like, put them shits in boxes and figure it out later. The problem with that is those boxes get heavy, and that closet space ends up filling up rather quickly. So take the time now to deal with it, finally, to bury it, to cry it out, to release it. Do whatever you have to do, especially if you need to cry. And crying does not make you weak. It actually makes you strong. Take a fucking trip. Go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you. It doesn't have to be his fancy dancy trip. It could be a road trip. It could be you booking an Airbnb for like a weekend, or booking a cabin for like a weekend and just having a staycation in a city that's away from yours, or even in the same city that you live in. Just get away. Stop looking at the same four walls every day. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. The only person that you can change is you. The only person that you can heal is you. The only person that you can do the work for is you. You cannot do anyone else's work. You cannot heal anyone else. You cannot make someone else want to heal. They have to do it willingly on their own. Even if you see their potential. You gotta ask yourself, is there potential in the room with you? And if it's not, chuck deuces. And even when the potential is in the room with them, you have to ask yourself, can they tap into their own potential? Are they willing enough to tap into their own potential? Can they be taught how to tap into their own potential? And if the answer is no to any of those, chuck deuces. You're going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. You are going through some tough shit. And everyone does. Everyone has seasons. Everyone has seasons of lessons, testings, and blessings. And it turns out that this is just your season, or just your turn to have a test or a lesson. It happens to all of us, and you gain the knowledge that you gain and the healing that you gain from your lessons and your testings carry you through and help you manage your blessings. And with that being said, Aries, that is your reading. Jesus, I do not know how to talk today again. That is your reading. I hope to see you again. And if I don't, I hope you healing. I hope you joy. And I hope you peace. All right. Bye, guys.